Welcome back to our channel, soap fans. Today is a beautiful day to dive deep into the latest Port Charles drama. We are absolutely thrilled to have you here as we unpack the explosive developments from this week's General Hospital. Grab your favorite iced latte, preferably unspiked, and let's get right into it. The camera pans across a shattered reality, capturing a seismic shift in momentum that has forever altered the landscape of Port Charles. We are witnessing the terrifying fallout of a desperate act, a moment where the impossible choices facing Michael Corinthos, Willow Kane, and Jacinda Bracken have violently. The air is thick with tension, the kind that suffocates you before the storm finally breaks. Trust has been irreparably shattered, lines have been crossed that can never be uncrossed, and every single character is standing on the precipice of a life-altering disaster. I feel so incredibly electrified by that breathtaking scene at Nina Reeves' apartment, because to me, it finally proved that the writers are willing to push these characters to their absolute psychological limit. Watching Willow slowly wake up on Nina's sofa, the grogginess giving way to the horrifying realization that she had been drugged, sparked such a profound sense of vindication. I think this is the absolute best they've written Willow in. For so long, she has been the victim of circumstance, but the way her eyes darkened as the truth washed over her on that couch told me everything I needed. She is not going to take this lying down. The sheer, unadulterated wrath radiating from her was palpable, and I believe it sets the stage for a spectacularly dark evolution of her character. The way I see it, Michael Corinthos is making the only decision he possibly can right now, and his confrontation with Jacinda Bracken is a masterclass in emotional depth. I know a lot of people are saying this storyline is moving too fast, but I actually think the rapid escalation is exactly what's needed, because I feel like it perfectly mirrors the chaotic, reckless nature of Jacinda's act. When Michael looks at Jacinda and decides to cut her loose, you can see the exact moment his heart hardened. I love the way the lighting seemed to cast long, harsh shadows across Michael's face as he realized the woman he has been dating actively endangered the mother of. Michael is a father first and foremost, and the way I interpret his rigid posture and cold tone, he is absolutely terrified by how close Wiley and Amelia came to a fatal tragedy because of Jacinda's spiked pill. I genuinely think we're missing the point if we just write Jacinda off as a one-dimensional villain. When she dissolves into a weepy mess, begging Michael, and stating that she will leave on one condition, I feel a profound sense of tragic empathy. I think her desperation is rooted in a deeply flawed, toxic desire to protect Michael from Willow's custody. The way she delivered that line, voice trembling, and tears streaming down her face, made me feel the raw, unfiltered panic of a woman who knows she has destroyed her own life. I believe the writers are brilliantly showcasing how love and insecurity can drive a person to commit unforgivable acts, and Jacinda's downfall is a beautifully tragic consequence of her own reckless devotion. Nina Reeves' involvement in this entire fiasco is another layer of absolute brilliance. I feel so deeply moved by the way Nina hovers over Willow on that sofa, her maternal instincts kicking into high. The way I interpret Nina's frantic energy, she is terrified of the vengeful path her daughter is about to walk. Nina knows better than anyone what revenge can do to a person's soul, and watching her try to act as a referee in this intensifying feud between Michael and Willow is heartbreaking. I think the writer's choice to have Willow wake up at Nina's place instead of her own home was brilliant because it made me feel the underlying, unbreakable bond between this mother and daughter, even amidst all their past trauma and current chaos. Transitioning over to the WSB offices, the dynamic between Josslyn Jax and Jack Brennan is currently my favorite power struggle on daytime television. I feel so incredibly energized by Josslyn demanding a new, active field. I know the fandom has been complaining that Josslyn is too young to be a WSB agent, but I actually think this trial by fire approach is exactly what's needed, because I feel like it honors the immense trauma she suffered losing Dex. The way Josslyn stands her ground, leaning over Brennan's desk with that fierce, unyielding fire in her eyes, proves that she is Carly's daughter through and through. I believe Josslyn is absolutely right to push for more than just desk duty, and her dialogue in Tuesday's episode completely backed up my take on her unquenchable thirst for justice. However, I also think Jack Brennan's response is a stroke of narrative genius. When Brennan pumps the brakes and firmly insists that he will be the one to decide when she gets back in the field, I feel a rush of respect for his authoritative. The way I see it, Brennan isn't just being a controlling boss. He is protecting a highly valuable, albeit reckless, asset. I love the subtle shift in his tone, dropping from a casual drawl to a steely command. I believe Brennan sees the raw potential in Josslyn, but he also recognizes the dangerous, impulsive grief driving. Their standoff is crackling with tension, and I think this mentorship laced with mutual defiance is exactly the kind of high-stakes espionage drama the show has been missing. Meanwhile, the heartbreakingly relatable angst between Emma Scorpio Drake and Giovanni Palmieri is tearing at my heart. I feel so deeply sympathetic toward Emma when she shares her exciting plans to do something fun as a couple, only to have Gio shoot them down due to his work. The way Emma's smile falters and her shoulders slump when Gio mentions his new music contract made me feel the crushing weight of her insecurity. I think the writers are doing a phenomenal job portraying the collateral damage of sudden. Gio isn't trying to hurt Emma, but the way I interpret his distracted demeanor, he is completely overwhelmed by the demands of his rising career and the sleazy manipulations of his producer Simon. I genuinely think we're missing the point if we don't acknowledge the insidious nature of Simon's marketing. By forcing Gio into a fake showmance with Trina Robinson, Simon is actively destroying Gio's real relationship. I feel so incredibly frustrated for Emma because she is forced to sit on the sidelines and watch her boyfriend pretend to be in love with someone else. The way Emma struggles to hide her disappointment is beautifully acted, and I believe this slow burn emotional torture is exactly what will eventually force Gio to make a monumental choice between his passion for music and his love for Emma. I think this storyline is a brilliant exploration of young love, being tested by the ruthless machinery of the entertainment. Over in the corporate battlefield of deception, Serena Baldwin's strategic maneuvering is an absolute joy to watch. I feel so incredibly thrilled by Serena telling Lucy Coe that they might not actually need Michael's shares. The way Serena delivered that line, with a sly, confident smirk, made me feel like the legacy of Scott Baldwin and Dominique Stanton is alive and well. And I think Serena having other tricks up her sleeve is the perfect twist to this corporate war. I believe Lucy's reaction, a mix of shock and desperate hope, perfectly highlights how much deception means. I love the way the writers are positioning Serena not just as a pawn, but as a formidable heavy hitter who can outsmart even the likes of Michael Corinthos. What I find even more compelling is the way Serena balances this corporate ruthlessness with genuine familial. I feel so deeply touched by her running into Cody Bell and making a concerted effort to bond with her biological. The way I see it, Serena's desire to connect with Cody grounds her character, proving she isn't just a corporate shark. I love the subtle warmth in their interaction, the tentative smiles, and the shared curiosity about their shared blood. I think the writer's choice to interweave this sweet, grounding family moment amidst the high-stakes deception war was brilliant because it made me feel the multi-dimensional depth of Serena's return to Port Charles. The overarching tension in Port Charles is further amplified by the mysterious movements of Valentin Cassadine and Jordan Ash. I feel a deep sense of foreboding as Valentin actively seeks out valuable intel from a secretive. The way Valentin operates in the shadows, always 3 steps ahead, makes me believe he's uncovering a truth that will blow the current WSB or mob storylines wide open. I think his relentless pursuit of information is exactly what makes him such a captivating, dangerous. Every time Valentin narrows his eyes and calculates his next move, I feel the impending doom closing in on his enemy. Similarly, the way Jordan Ashford gets thrown for a massive loop in Tuesday's episode left me absolutely. I genuinely think her reaction is tied to the escalating chaos surrounding Curtis's trial or the lingering threats from Jen Sidwell. The way Jordan's professional composure cracked, her eyes widening in pure shock, made me feel the immense weight of the burdens. I believe Jordan is the moral compass of this town, and watching her get blindsided proves that no one, not even the most seasoned investigator, is safe from the collateral damage of Port Charles's dark. Ultimately, I feel like this specific sequence of events is a masterclass in character-driven soap opera. Every single action, from Jacinda's desperate drugging to Josslyn's fierce demands, is deeply rooted in the established psychology of these characters. I think the writers are weaving a magnificent, intricate tapestry of betrayal, ambition, and survival. The way I interpret the current state of the show, we are building toward a spectacular climax, where all these disparate threads will ignite in a blazing inferno of conflict. I am fiercely loyal to the journey these characters are on, and I cannot wait to see how they navigate the impossible choices that lie. Will Willow's unleashed wrath completely destroy Michael, and can Josslyn survive the lethal reality of the W? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and join our Port Charles family today.